we are not biased casters here. I just want a good game of Dota, and everybody wants to see a game 3, right, Avery?
For sure. It's pretty hard to play Eldertine into the tree lane. He just sits there, leech seeds you during your spirit, and once more, it is another lane ET cannot trade into with a trade mechanism.
It does seem to be a bit of a trend with this hero. Yeah.
I'm telling you, his level 1 is so bad now. It's just so bad.
Remember when he was like the strongest hero in that first 30 seconds of a lane? First blood goes to Tim's in the top lane as Shanks overextends himself a little bit. Got hit by a Void and a Fate Bolt, and it was just a little bit more damage than he was expecting, I think.
Mind using this AoE silence to get you into that lead. That's how I feel it.
Okay. Okay. I'm glad you broke it down that way, because I was like, yeah, like the AoE silence is good and stuff, but I feel like most of the time Slark beats you in lane. Maybe not in this lane for whatever reason.
Anti-mage versus Meepo. Got to be up there and the worst of all time. Try and take down Palos here if they can get the leap block.
Yeah, they tried to stay in front of him. Not quite enough, though. Palos does a good job of sneaking his way through. But right now, this lane is pretty difficult. He's just about to hit level 5. Doesn't have his ultimate. Pull back here onto Tino. More pickoffs. Blacklist. They've reached a point. Not only did they do pretty well in their lanes, but now their lanes are set up where they are kind of killers. Between the Kunkka moving around, the Night Stalker playing against Slark, who is a long ways away from level 6. This is a good time for Blacklist to set up a nice advantage.
They also have greedy supports in terms of winning the levels, so they can move the Kunkka around, kick the Slark out of lane. It's going to open up some space for this Rubik ET to get a lot of the levels they so desire. Another quick rotation back to mid from Carl here, and looking for the 2-for-1.
Yeah. Gonna die again as the big hit comes out, and actually Tim somehow snagged the last hit after the Tidebringer hit from Carl, so I'm sure he's a little bit disappointed at that. The supports are away. It does mean that Palos and Shanks can try and do something to Bosku, but it's just not enough. Palos' pounce and the kinetic field don't last long enough.
Early aggression just not there with how far behind the Slark is. He's just trying to get to 6, so you don't really want to play on this lane too much either when this ult gets something going in these skirmishes, because I think they're going to give up too much map here. You just let the static core continue. Carl making another rotation.
But this was just a bait. Bosku was playing pretty forward because Carl had the haste rune to make the counter play here, and they'll get the kill on Disruptor, not the kill on Palos that they're hoping for. So props to Palos for, I think it was maybe the nighttime vision that helped him out there, but either way.
Here, 1 kill for Tino as he's going to ult and try and clear off the waves. Not even a fight happening.
He needs these creeps to die so he can get his level 6. It's just not going to happen. Well played by Blacklist, making sure the Slark didn't get a free level 6 behind him behind the tower. Good catch, and will even out the tower advantage that Execration works so hard to get.
Just a result of how that.
Why not?
Your admiral is on board.
Yeah, you definitely stack this right here. That's juicy.
Snagged away by Carlo, but of course he's giving up his life to get that small little win over Carl, and in exchange receives a big L.
With it sticking around your wards in the Ancients, because they warded deep and then they just lost all the wards. If you look at the map, a bunch of red sentries.
Tino didn't pull the X back in time for the Earth Splitter, but they still hit some other spells, and Tino, especially with Tim's, having still holding on to the avalanche from, how long does it last? 3 minutes ago. It's gonna fade away now, but a great spell to steal.
They did use Enisol. They want to get some more map control off this. Here again, they're invading the Ancients. I would like to see them. They're gonna plant vision here and not give up. They don't have any action, so pretty little tower. Their lineup is very strong in the 5-on-5. I'd say it's stronger between ET and Kunkka, especially in these early fights. Execration kind of want to give it to him. Working.
Taking around on the side, getting the pick off on Bosku would be a really nice start, but doesn't quite have the damage. The overgrowth doesn't hit Bosku. Tino's going to try for it now by himself. Bosku going back in with the silence. That was crazy. Okay, well.
That was a Bosku play.
Was he... Did he glimpse back?
Yeah, he did get glimpsed back.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he can live. And of course, Tiny Blink, getting you a big core initiation. Pretty much what Execration is looking for. They get to regain their triangle control, push some lanes in. Damage spawns for Raven. Can't do anything with it as Carl finds another soul to add to Davy Jones' locker up here. And he is having a very solid finish.
Yeah.
In the core for going BB. Say that.
That's true. Never BKB shame your cores. Just be thankful they went the item at all.
They
Stomp.
have this moment with them in time.
Carlo is going to be caught with a spirit-giving vision. Carl gets close enough to hit the X, and Carlo will be brought low by the Night Stalker.
Your admiral is on board.
The night cometh with a hammer of justice.
It does kind of feel like Blacklist. Oh, nice grab there, Bob. With the high ground toss back onto Carl. That's going to force him to use his BKB. And he's actually going to go for the kill on a Bob here with the X-Boat. And now the Night Stalker coming in. Bob is actually going to die. And Palos barely gets away. Fortunately, the Glimpse sent the Night Stalker back. And so the Crippling Fear ran out. And Palos was able to get off his Shadow Dance. Otherwise, that would have been 2 core pickoffs. Either way, just the Tiny Dead by itself is enough for Blacklist to head into the Roshan.
Pretty good fight. Exactly where you want to fight too. Around your vision. I mean, they set it up for you, but this is near the Roche pit. So you get the transition off the back end of that meta. And NSL. Super nice gameplay for Blacklist here. And you kind of got to respect that when you give your Execration. You can't really overextend on this Cook going to jump. You're not going to ever burst him. And then you're just giving him the initiation instead of the other way around. I don't really like that play for Execration here.
150 wake-up damage threshold.
It's a lot.
Dino teleporting out. Void's gonna stop him. Crippling Silence is also there. I'm honestly, there's a whole host of abilities, and he's gonna get meteor hammered in the corner. Damn. Meanwhile, though, AU gets low, but Palos Overgrowth goes out short. Do they have a follow-up? Then they try to send through, but still not enough. The Living Armor's gonna go down. Bob will finish him off with the Haste Rune that he's still rocking. He needs to use that Haste Rune to skedaddle, though. Doesn't have a TP out for another 8 seconds, so he's just gonna hope, wait, and pray.
That's pretty nice Overgrowth. Only you're getting 1 kill off this fight during daytime. I don't think it's enough here for the Execration.
He's dead. Yeah, he's stuck in the Crippling Fear. Slark is dead. This is looking really bad. I mean, Blacklist, we talked about how, you know, they're not necessarily team to choke you out, but they are kind of doing that. They're doing a pretty prolific job, mostly Carl, I would say, of moving around side to side, from side lane to side lane, catching heroes, killing them, and keeping the lane and the map just generally dark for Execration.
Counteracts Furion's map presence on top of Raven. Really likes this hero.
Did you mention Raven went to BKB? This is a very early game item progression. This is kind of like you know, end of the game now sort of play. Toss back onto the Rubik. That's a decent opening with the Avalanche. All right, it looks okay, but the double BKBs go out with the Overgrowth, allowing Execration to be able to reset a little bit, and they got the kill on Tims without losing anybody. Not bad. Can they get more? After all, it's daytime. Might as well go for it. Missed the Avalanche, but still got the toss back onto the Terrorblade here. He has Aegis for 2 minutes, though. Was this really the target you were hoping for? Execration quickly realizing that this was not
a hammer.
Got canceled. Oh, he got canceled. The X into hammer play doesn't work out, but still, they got the tiny. If only Execration could have found a better follow-up initiation than the Terrorblade, I guess.
More tiny combo. That's it. Everything else is right click here. So, are you gonna be able to combat this Butterfly Terrorblade with BKB?
Well, they got him.
Second agent.
They got him just before the blinks. The X back full on to Bob is guaranteed kill. Now it's nighttime once again with no tiny. You're talking about going and, you know, doing what you can with the Butterfly. This nighttime is gonna set them up for that, I think.
Maybe next 3 or 4 minutes here, you're looking at the high ground of your Blacklist. Especially if you can finish AC on Carl. At that point, you're just invincible in the physical. Maybe Execration looking to call out the timing and try and take some engagement here.
Trying to stop Raven, but yeah, there is no damage whatsoever. They're just gonna get caught by the X. Execration. Tino gonna be safe with the charge that was picked up by Paolo. They're gonna pull him out of it with that tidal wave. Static Storm looked okay, but there's just golden heroes everywhere. 3 BKBs going off the hammer onto Shinx. That'll show him Bob. He tried to go in from behind to be able to catch some of the supports, but just gets spotted by the Night Stalker with Dark Ascension. And okay, let's go high ground. Apparently no need for a butterfly.
Yeah, that's at 3 or 4. It's a little more like 3 or 4 seconds. Gave him the fight here in the triple BKB, and they're getting an Omega punish. He got slept on this as well.
Yeah, he's going to have to
X.
use BKB and pounce away, I think.
Okay. That's pretty much the Eric here. So any way to fight this Sarge BKB, I think. And this early lineup is causing problems for Execration based off the start the Kunkka terribly have. Lack of damage. I mean, Tosk is pile driving their Disruptor with Hammer. That's rough.
He's having way too much fun with this X marks the spot setup. All right, the melee barracks survives. 8 p.m. It's so high, highest net worth in 20 minutes in history. That's just incredible. You know, like when you start getting into that mindset, that's what success is. Then you know.
Okay, but then sell it. Why are you carrying it around?
Well, he hasn't been to a shop yet, and if he goes out of his way
to go,
if he goes out of a way to go to his shop, then he'll miss out on CS efficiency.
You're part of the problem because you just want to throw things away. We have way too much of that in our society nowadays, Avery.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Well, I'm saying
All right, he dropped it.
You're
happy now? You're happy now?
Yes, I am.
He dropped it. He dropped it, and Tino killed it with this dream.
Good. You know what? I kill those items too when they're on the ground. My teammate drops it, I kill that. Prevent this scandalous type of behavior.
So when your team tries to grief, you're ahead of them.
Exactly. You're always 2 steps ahead.
You're not griefing me, I'm griefing you. Toss back.
Pretty good toss.
Okay. On to Carl.
Take it over, go for BKB.
This is the guy with the AC and the BKB, but he doesn't want to use it. Now he uses it, but he's still stuck inside the Sprout. Finally gets through. Raven is still the big bad boss of this push, though. They haven't dealt with him yet. Shanks for the 5 seconds. Another toss back. This time out of teams. They're going to block the Dark Ascension. They'll fight for this one. Telekinesis onto the Tree Protector. They go for the kill. They get that one. Need to reset a little bit here. Another glimpse back. And the Night Stalker caught by the Overgrowth. Immediate BKBs go out for Blacklist, though. Oh, what a good Sunder, a beautiful one. His Bob tried to go for yet another toss back. Time and time he was getting it, but that time didn't work out, and he just gave Raven full health.
Yeah, if they could have kept Kunkka deeper in that base off that initial toss, some Sprout or anything, and force it to be an Overgrowth, they're not even able to win this fight. They're still going to try and clean it up here, getting some stacks on Paolo. Still has BKB.
Yeah, no meta, they can't let him go. Even if he has Aegis, they cannot afford for Blacklist to be able to reset for free out for this one.
No BKBs here.
No BKB, no meta. Hold him in place. Kinetic Field, just play it slow. Execration can win this if they just play it slow. Pals needs to be careful not to die. Nice toss back Avalanche. That's a pretty good combo. Raven, he does have a Thunder. He doesn't have it even targeted except for an ally. And he does use it to be able to go back up to full health. Are they
no way.
No way! They just TP right in front of Execration's bases.
And is all of Blacklist going to get away? Almost all of them. Tim's.
Oh no, he's celebrating!
Okay, he said he's got it. He's
not getting out of that one. Only so many Houdinis in the world. Can't all escape from the chest.
I'm not gonna build it now, guys.
Anything, just for the record. Great players just think alike, you know? And he's got Elven Tunic on top of it, so he has a lot of evasion. Even harder to get the stacks. You get hit here to get stacks if you're false. Start hitting your team.
That was Raven's idea with the Sunder anyway. Tino to be blasted. Didn't have, no, they do have detection. There's a gem up there. Bosco, but they couldn't really target the Nature's Prophet quite as well as they want. Right now, Palace is in pretty deep here, trying to go
Oh,
for
that's a
hit,
good
but
stop.
stalled up again by the stomp.
That's a
Now
really
we're getting
good
the
stop.
backline heroes, but it stopped the Slurk as well. So Slurk's not even getting anything done while the team is in gold. He comes in through now, but he gets blacked out with the bounce, and that is just game over. That Blacklist, I mean, they got meat to in game one, but we both kind of agreed that was a drafting win for Execration. When it came to execution, it definitely feels like Blacklist, at least right now in this series, is ahead of Execration.